Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are filming the everything anti-aging skincare routine. This is a maximalist skincare routine that incorporates all the key anti-aging skincare ingredients and shows you how to layer and pair them successfully for the very best results. With this being a maximalist routine, feel free to pare this back as you see fit. Skip any steps that don't apply to you or minimize the total number of products used if it's something that you want to do. What I really wanted to achieve in this video is to give you all the information you need in order to piece together a skincare routine that's going to deliver you the maximum anti-aging benefits, and that way you can tweak and change it to your heart's content. Sit back, relax, let's talk the everything anti-aging routine. Now in today's video, I'm going to be of course applying all the products direct to my own face. I'm just fresh out of the shower and I'm ready to go with this skincare routine. But I'm going to try and do this with zero edits and jump cuts. That way it's just like a couple of friends sitting around doing their skincare routines together. If you enjoy this style of content, which is more chatty, free-flowing, more casual, make sure to let me know by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. I do always check the like counts on all videos so I can kind of ensure that I'm creating the content that you guys most enjoy watching, as after all, that's really what we're here for. I've listed any of the products that I mentioned in today's video down in the description box below, and as always, just know that any of the recommendations come from the heart, never the wallet. You won't see a paid partnership or a sponsorship here on Mad About Skin, because I feel that turning down that coin just helps me to retain my independence. So it's always worth reiterating that at the start of any of these videos, because I know when I get into this routine, I might go into fangirl overdrive, but just know, like I say, from the heart, not the wallet. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So I feel actually that we've started the way that all of these full skincare routines start, and that's with a cat hair stuck to my face. So on a morning, before I even get out of bed, my cat Marcel, who I'll leave an image of him here, always comes for his morning cuddles. If, by the way, he is cuteness overload. I know he looks a little bit like a grumpy cat, but he has the sweetest, kindest personality. So if a picture of Marcel isn't reason enough to like this video, I don't know what is. But he's very hairy, and I've already started with a cat hair on the face. So we're off to a good start here. Off camera, I had a shower, and then I applied a couple of the base products. I cleansed the skin. I always cleanse in the shower. I just feel it's so much easier. I know some people feel that that's almost like cheating or it's doing it wrong. I don't know. Cleansing in the shower just makes sense to me. I use this product from my own collection. This is the Mad About Skin Cream Velvet Cleansing Wash. You can use whichever cleanser you want for an anti-aging skincare routine. Just make sure that it's not stripping and drying the skin. You don't want to start your routine off on the wrong foot with dry, irritated skin. So whatever cleanser you go for, just make sure that it's not irritating or drying. There's lots of really nice, rich cleansers out there. And if you'd like to see a video of like my top 10, let me know down in the comments section below. But I use this from my own brand, and today, if you're watching this on video launch date, today, actually, this is the last day that this is half price, 50% off, which means you can get this for basically £6 for 200ml of cleanser. It doesn't get cheaper than that for a sensitive skin friendly, super hydrating cleanser. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I've linked that down below if you want to check it out. I also, as soon as I get out of the shower, I use this, which is the remedy for body bumps. I'm trying to get summer ready. I don't think I'll ever be summer ready, but I'm trying. And I use this on the tops of my arms, on the thighs, where I tend to get bodily like bumps, texture irregularities. We used to call it chicken skin, but as you can see, the channel mascot is a chicken, so I don't like the derogatory term chicken skin. So we're going to change that around. But if you have the bumps, the old KP, this works really, really well. And for me, I think this is probably the most effective of the body care treatments that I've ever found. So yeah, I love this. And then finally, I just went in with my eye cream, which today was the Torrident Cell Amazing Firming Eye Cream. I have super sensitive eyes right now, like seasonal allergy overload. I thought the allergy season for me at least would be over by now, but it isn't. Still going strong, and so I used this off camera because I didn't want to get any in my eye and cause any irritation. So hopefully you guys forgive me for that. That is cheating a little bit, but hopefully you'll forgive me. So yeah, this went on, and honestly, it's one of the cheapest and most effective eye creams I've ever found. It's really, really good. So that all happened off camera, and now we're going to get on with putting some actual product on the skin. So first up, I'm going to start with lips. I always do the lips first because I feel that then if any of the other actives I put on accidentally get on my lips, there's a barrier there and it won't cause too much sensitivity and irritation. I'd recommend you do that because I think the lips can be some of the most sensitive and dryness prone areas of the skin. So today I'm going to go in with this old favourite. This is the Allies of Skin Peptides and Ceramides Repair Lip Balm. This is really nice if you have the fine lines around the lips. This is something we all notice as we age. We tend to get that crepiness. This plumps it out, but in a subtle way. It hydrates, it nourishes, and it's got some actual anti-aging benefits in it. So it's really good. I think I paid about £15 for it. I've got a discount code that gets 20% off, so that again is linked below. Use that if you want to buy this because it'll take the price down a little bit. But I think I paid about £15 for it. And whilst that seems like a lot for a lip balm, it lasts forever. This one has been going for about 6 months and it just never seems to run out. So I think it's kind of one of those products. There's still loads left in here as well. It's one of those products that's kind of a good investment and definitely good if you have the lines around the lip. So let's have a quick go with that. And it's a really nice finish. It doesn't leave too much of a gloss. It'll sink in. It'll work all day for you. It won't be too glossy. So if you're somebody that doesn't like that glossy finish, this will work. You'll see it'll dry down as the video goes on and it'll leave like a really nice finish on the lips. So first product actually on the skin itself is this. This is the Ordinary Saccharomyces Ferment Milky Toner. I think when it comes to aging, this is the order that you would apply, you know, these various ingredients, and toner would obviously go straight after cleansing, after you put your lip product on. When it comes to anti-aging though, I do like to use Saccharomyces as this ingredient is phenomenal when it comes to gently speeding up cell turnover. So, you know, getting rid of some of those dead skin cells, but not in an aggressive way like an exfoliating acid. It also helps deeply nourish and hydrate. A lot of the wrinkles we see on our skin are as a result of dehydration. So just plump yourself up, get some instant results. And I think this is a really, really nice option. So let me take this off. I used to apply all of my toners on cotton rounds. I used to get the reusable ones. I just realized they kind of just absorb up loads of product. So you use way more product than you need to. And honestly, I don't think you need cotton rounds in your skincare routine. Use this on the hands. It's absolutely fine. I go in with maybe, what was that, like 5 drops of it. And then I just pat it in. It feels so good on the skin. It's nice and plumping, it's hydrating, and it doesn't like strip and dry. It's so nice. And it does definitely make a difference when it comes to cell turnover. I'm just gonna put a little bit more on. My skin drinks this up. And I like my skin to be damp for when I apply the rest of my skincare. Now I'm gonna move quickly through this step because top tip for anti-aging, water-based serums always apply best on damp skin, so while your skin's damp, go in with the next product. This is the Mad About Skin Multi-Active Super Serum. So I'm going to put 1.5 pumps of this. If you've got a drier skin type, you might want to go in with 2. For us oily folk, 1.5 is more than enough. And this will just give you that instant glass skin. Now I'm going to talk you through why I use this. This routine would be like 10-12 steps if I didn't streamline it down. And I use this as one of those streamlining ingredients. So what you've got in here is azelaic acid, which is great when it comes to anti-aging because it minimizes the appearance of hyperpigmentation and dark spots. Also calms and soothes. So azelaic acid is a great anti-aging ingredient. It's also got peptides in here, specifically azurylline. Now azurylline is known as like Botox in a bottle. It'll minimize the appearance of dynamic fine lines and wrinkles and just smooth everything out. It works in like 2 minutes. So you'll see a difference, hopefully, when you see at the end of this video how everything's plumped out. It's just the lines are minimized and everything just looks smoother. I'm gonna work for 40. So big birthday coming up. And anybody that watches this probably knows that. We talk about quite freely about things on this channel. But anyone that finds this channel for the first time will often say like, why are you talking about anti-aging? Like, you know, let's look at it for someone that's 60 or 70. Honestly, there's no like minimum age to start an anti-aging skincare routine. If you're in your 20s, start early, but with more gentle options. 30s, great time to start with your anti-aging. And for me, like I said, as I'm approaching 40, is when you really want to dial up the anti-aging. And this has really helped me to achieve that. So you've got your azelaic acid, you've got your peptides, including azurylline, and you've got antioxidants in here. Antioxidants work alongside your sunscreen to protect the skin. They're really important. So it's kind of like a 3-in-1 product, which means instead of being like a 12-step routine, I can get away with a 9 or 8-step routine because there's a little bit more streamlining coming on. So yeah, we can work strategically to minimize the number of product, but azelaic acid, antioxidants and peptides, tick. Now, Up next, I'm going to go in with my vitamin C. Now, where your vitamin C will sit in this routine will depend on the type that you use. I'm going for a slight cream-based vitamin C today, so I used it after that serum. If you've got a very watery vitamin C, use it before that serum, just after cleansing, if that makes sense. Really, let's not stress it too much. I know people get very worked up with layering. If you don't layer in the right order, it'll still work. Let's not stress it too much, but you can definitely help aid that penetration of these products by using them in a more strategic order. So go generally from the watery, the lowest viscosity, through to the thicker products when you're looking to layer. The vitamin C I'm going in with today is this. This is Sunday Riley CEO Vitamin C. I'll be honest, not actually my favourite vitamin C. My favourite is either Geek and Gorgeous or the new one by Transparent Lab, sorry. The new one by Transparent Lab, phenomenal. I did a whole video on it, I loved it that much, which I'll link up there. Check that out if you haven't seen it already. I'm going in with this because I hate waste. It's a good product. I prefer the Geek and Gorgeous and the Transparent Lab, but this is a good product. So I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use it to the last drop. This is a nice gentle vitamin C, so I think it'll work for most people's skin type. And it's in a cream formula, so you can use this at this point. And I think it just works really well on top of that Mad About Skin serum. You won't get any peeling, and it will still sink in really, really well. So just let that go in. But yeah, depending on how thick the product is, depends where you put it in the skincare routine, but just don't stress it. It'll work out. So now, whilst that's sinking in, I'm going to go in with some more peptides and growth factors. I spoke about how the Mad About Skin serum already had peptides in it, so you can technically skip this step, but peptides are one of those class of ingredients that you can never have too much of. You can use multiple different peptides, you can layer multiple peptide products on top of each other, and I think that's the best way of really just getting maximum anti-aging. I always make sure I have a dedicated peptide serum in my routine and a dedicated growth factor serum. For the growth factors, I'm going a little bit bougie today, and I'm going a little extra because it's genuinely my favourite and the one I'm using at the moment. This is the Analyzer Skin Multi-Peptides and Growth Factors Advanced Lifting Serum. The technology in here is A+, and growth factors are great for anti-aging because they boost collagen and elastin to minimise fine lines and wrinkles. This is the best you'll find. There are affordable ones on the market, so if your budget doesn't stretch to this one, again, I've got a discount code that brings the cost down, but if your budget doesn't stretch to this one, there are others, and I'll list some of my other favourites down in the description. The Ordinary do one, Stratia do one, there are options out there. So this is practically run out, but I paid good money for this, and so I'm getting every last drop. So you're gonna have to excuse the slightly less than glamorous application technique, but I'm determined to get every last bit from this product, and I would encourage everyone to do that. Let's normalize this in skincare videos. I feel that we always have content creators, influencers, whatever you want to call them, that use absolutely pristine products, you know, that look like they've never been touched in their life. Everything looks perfect and pristine. That's not normal. I want to see battered, bruised, used, and definitely empty products in videos, because I think that means that they've been used, they've been loved, people have got the benefit out of it. So what do you guys think? Sound off in the comments. Do you think we should normalize battered and bruised skincare products in videos? This definitely has seen better days, but you know, like I say, I paid good coin for this. I'm getting my money's worth. So as that sinks in, I'm then going to go in with this, which is my final peptide-based product. This is the Non-Buzzing NAD Bio Lifting Essence. If you know, you know. Bar none, the best plumping and just skin improving product ever. It's beautiful. One of my absolute favorites. I just go in with one pump. I think that's enough for me. You can go in with a little bit more. Look at that texture. Can you see how that is so good? This will just plump everything out, give you some extra peptide action, and give you the nicest finish on your skin ever. I love this. And like I say, you can never have too many peptides. And that NAD also has pro-collagen benefits. So it's going to work really, really well. Just feels so good. Absolutely amazing. And it just gives an instant plumping. My absolute favorite products, and like I say, if you know, you know. If you've tried it, you will love it. If you haven't, I would give it a go. And that is the core part of the routine. You know, if you think we've got our azelaic acid, we've got our peptides, we've got our growth factors, our antioxidants, we've got some nice gentle exfoliation with that toner, we've got some hydrating, some plumping. There's a lot going on. and now it's just sunscreen. Before, I am just going to give a mention to this. This is the VT Riedel shot. So these use like spicules. You might have heard people talk of spicules, of exosomes, things like that. Things that actually help enhance the penetration of your skincare. You can absolutely use this at this point in the routine. You might have the Inculist exosome shot. You might have this, one of the VT Riedel ones. Use it at this point in your skincare routine because it'll just help the rest penetrate. Now, I actually tend to use this a bit strategically. I use it where I have hyperpigmentation because I think that's where it gives the best results. You don't have to use this. This is very much an extra step. But if you've got one of the exosome or spicule products in your collection, this is where you'd use it. I put a tiny amount, and I'm just going to use it where I have hyperpigmentation. I have had a major breakout up here, and I tend to pat rather than rub. I do a little rub at the start, and then I tend to pat because I feel this gives the best results, less irritation. I've got a little bit of hyperpigmentation there and a tiny bit across the cheeks, and this just really helps, I find, just tackle that a little bit more effectively. Do you need this step? Absolutely not. Equally, could you use this all over the face? You could. It's entirely up to you. For me, that's how I use it. I would encourage everyone to do the same. So, there we have it. Now we've got to put our sunscreen on. Hopefully you can see at this stage in the video, skin is plump. It's juicy, it feels hydrated. I definitely feel like I'm ready to kind of face the world. Whatever the world is going to throw at me, and I'm sure there'll be a lot today, I'm ready to go. And I don't look greasy. I hate the greasy look. And this is still sinking in. So give it like 2 minutes and everything will be in synergy. It won't really feel like I've got anything on the skin. Today, I'm going to brave it with this. This is the new Ordinary UV Filters SPF 45 Serum, the new sunscreen from The Ordinary. I covered this in a video, which I'm going to leave a link to up there. Check that video out if you want to know more. It's not the worst sunscreen, it's also not the best. Use old style filters that are US approved. So if you're in the US, this is probably going to be the best over-the-counter sunscreen you're going to find. For the rest of the world that isn't the US, I think there's better options. You'll probably see some of my favourites on the shelf. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put a little of this on so you can see how it finishes. It has got a really lightweight texture to it. I'm going to put some of this on, and then I'm going to go in with another layer afterwards. I always do my sunscreen in 2 layers because I find that way I get a better coverage and it just works, yeah, better for me. So I'm going to put this on. Now, I don't mind this sunscreen, but I do find it's a little bit dewier than what I would actually want. As you can see, I was loving my skin before. Now this looks a little bit too dewy. So I would probably go in for another sunscreen for what I'm looking for, but I thought I'd try it on so that you guys can see. It doesn't distort the skin. You don't get any like ashiness or discoloration from it, which I like. It's quite calming and soothing, but I just feel it's a little bit on the dewy side. So I'm going to then powder it down with the Numb Buzzing Active Drying Powder off camera. I'll powder that down and it'll work. But you guys asked to see it live on a face, which is why I threw it in as my sunscreen of choice. Is it tried and tested? Yes. Does it deliver a good broad spectrum sunscreen? Yes. Is it my favourite? No. There you go. Anyway, so there you have it, guys. What I'm going to call the everything anti-aging skincare routine. This is a maximalist approach. You don't have to do all of these steps. I just wanted to show how you would put them together in case you were tempted to give it a go. Cut things out as you see fit. I'd say the non-negotiables are a good calming and soothing cleanser, one that doesn't strip and dry, and a sunscreen. Everything else you can kind of play around with. Let me know your thoughts. Did you enjoy this routine? Would you change anything? Have you made it this far? If you have, if you've watched it to the end, you've seen me do the full routine. Actually, I think this Ordinary sunscreen is... I think it's going in a little bit. Maybe it was a bit too harsh. Maybe it's not quite as dewy as you think. What do you guys think to the finish of the Ordinary sunscreen? Now you've seen it, what do you think? Sound off in the comment section below. And if you've made it this far, if you're part of the bitter end crew on these full skincare routine videos, which tend to be a little bit longer if I'm honest, let me know by leaving the lips emoji, because I'm still loving that lip balm. Yeah, leave the lips emoji down in the comments to let me know that you've made it to the bitter end. And wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.